The more you're calling me the Antichrist, the more people are willing to see me.
I've heard about the occult. I've never heard
the now
Antichrist
they call, yes, I'm called the Antichrist.
Called the Antichrist?
Yes. I'm now called the Antichrist because they say how I dress, how I speak, I am the Antichrist. But knowingly, the Antichrist is a woman, not a man.
The Antichrist is a woman?
Yes, the Antichrist. If the Antichrist is supposed to come, she's a woman.
Why?
Because Satan had a daughter. God had a son, and Satan had a daughter.
So Satan's daughter is the Antichrist?
Yes. The more you're calling me the Antichrist, the more people are willing to see me.
I've heard about the occult. I've never heard.
Now they call, yes, I'm called the Antichrist.
Called the Antichrist?
Yes. I'm called the Antichrist because they say how I dress, how I speak, I am the Antichrist. But knowingly, the Antichrist is a woman, not a man.
The Antichrist is a woman?
Yes, the Antichrist. If the Antichrist is supposed to come, she's a woman.
Why?
Because Satan had a daughter. God had a son, and Satan had a daughter.
So Satan's daughter is the Antichrist?
Yes.
Welcome everybody. Satan because Satan wants to use the woman to be Lucifer. So I'm going to expose you the magical operation on how they do it, or what they have been doing to women over time, and the history behind it. So, to begin, let us start with a simple thing. Let us go in the word Lucifer, and we're going to just see the meaning of Lucifer in Wikipedia. So let us see what Wikipedia says Lucifer is. Okay? And before we go in there, we are going to go to Isaiah 14 verse 12. Alright? Which says, "How are you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? You have been cut down to the ground. You have weakened the nations." Then fall from heaven, you read in Luke chapter 10, verse 15 to 18. Talking about the fall from heaven. Okay? And then in verse 19 in Isaiah, it says, "But you are cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, like the garments of those who are slain, thrust through with a sword, who go down to the stones to the pit, like a corpse trodden underfoot." Now, let us go back to verse 12 of Isaiah. It says, "How are you falling, Lucifer?" Okay? That's the topic. How are you falling from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? You are cut down to the ground. You weakened the nations. Do you understand? Then it says, let's look as Luke. Okay, Luke chapter 10, verse 15. "And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted in heaven, shall be thrust down to hell. He heareth me, and he that despises you despises me, and he that despises me despises him that sent me." And the 70 returned, right with joy, saying, "Lord, even the devils are subject under us through thy name." And he said unto them, "I beheld Satan as a lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread upon serpents, scorpions, and of all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by no means hurt you." You hear what it says? So Christ was talking about in Luke chapter 10 from 15 to 19, okay? About Satan and how you behead Satan as a lightning fall from heaven. Do you understand? So Christ mentions the same thing, that how he saw Satan fell down like lightning. Okay? That one in verse 12 it says in Isaiah 11 verse 12, you read how he fell. Okay? It says, "How are you falling from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?" Okay? How you are cut down to the ground, you are weak in the nation. So let's look what the word Lucifer means. Okay? According to Wikipedia, Christian theology. He appeared in the King Israel in the Bible of Isaiah, before in the Vulgate in the 14th century Latin translate of the Bible. Not as the name devil, but as the Latin word Lucifer, both capitalized, meaning the morning star, which is the planet Venus, who are actually a light bearer, which translates of the Hebrew word Hallel, or in ancient it was Hayalal, meaning the shining one. Okay? As the Latin name for the morning appearance of the planet Venus. Okay? So you see that name, okay, means shining one, morning star, which is Lucifer. So you see that Lucifer is the name for the word Venus. So Venus is Lucifer. Okay, that's the first aspect you have to understand. So Lucifer is Venus. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Which they call Hayalal. Okay, alright. On that Hayalal in Hebrew is Lucifer in Latin on Venus. Okay? Now, Venus is the Latin name, alright, for Lucifer. They use Lucifer and Venus for the same being in the Latin. Now, another website on Wikipedia, which is Venus in mythology. Venus, okay, is a Roman goddess who functions and encompasses love, beauty, desire, sex, fertility, prosperity, and victory. In Roman mythology, she was the ancestor of the Roman people through their son Aeneas, who survived the fall of Troy and fled to Italy during Caesar, unclaimed as the ancestor. Venus was central to many religious festivals and was revered in the Roman religion under numerous cult titles. In the Roman adopted myth, an iconography of her Greek counterpart as Aphrodite for the Roman art in the Latin literature. Okay, so it's Venus became one of the most widely referenced deity of the Greco-Roman mythology as an embodiment of love and sexuality, and so she is usually depicted nude. So now we have it, the answer, Venus. Okay? So what does the name Venus mean? Well, Venus, according to etymology Latin, the name Venus is a common noun for Venus, love and charm. From Proto-Italian reconstructed Venus, desire, which is protein in the European means Veneos, desire. Venus, put in Venus, desire, and on and on and on and on and on. So, what you just remember is this: Lucifer is Venus, and Venus is Aphrodite. Alright? That's what you have to remember. Aphrodite is Venus. Okay? This is what they say. Both Aphrodite and Venus are the same, right? So that's what they say. Both are the words that use an alternative version of Venus. Aphrodite was the original Greek word for the goddess Venus, and Lucifer was the ancient Roman name of the planet Venus, so called because it was visible just prior to dawn, making her in the morning star or the light bringer. So you see, Aphrodite is what? Venus. So you know, Lucifer is Venus. Venus, okay, is Aphrodite. And we read in Luke that Lucifer is who? Satan, that fell like lightning from heaven. Alright? So, Venus is that, right? That is Venus. But guess what? It's going a little bit more crazy. Did you know what the symbolism is for Venus? Okay? The symbolism for the goddess Venus. Have you ever seen the astrological symbol? Let me show you the astrological symbol used for Venus. Now there's another word, Venus, that you can use, alright? Where looking on Wikipedia, they will show you Venus. The symbol of Venus in the so-called astrology and astronomy, which is also the planet Venus. Okay? Now, why is it important? Well, Venus, as you see, is the symbol that you see for the planet of Venus, what they call, because the planet that they see in the heaven is according to the deity called Venus, because Venus is a goddess that lives there. The spirit lives in the planets, okay? And thus there are many depictions that you see on the screen of Venus, Aphrodite, and stuff like this, okay? And so does Lucifer live on the planet there too, because when Lucifer fell, he didn't fall on this earth or planet Earth. So the word earth that they use in Hebrew means the material realm, and he fell first on his planetary system which he dwelt, which was in Venus. Okay? So now, that same symbol, which is Venus, is the symbol for astrological Venus in heaven, is the symbol of Satan. Because Satan is Lucifer, Venus, Aphrodite, that's the planet where he lives, where his base is, where he operates, okay? And he's everywhere walking, you know, in different places, okay, in those realms, okay? That's where they are living. It's a dimension that connects the planet and our world together. That is what we call Venus. That's called Lucifer, okay? That was the Satan that they were talking about, okay? And that is the symbol you just saw. But now guess what? That same symbol you saw is the same symbol you will see for the description of woman. You see that symbol everywhere. In internet, dating site, everywhere, you will see this symbol, okay? Description of who they are. And that description symbol is known as a gender symbol. Okay? So the gender symbol, right, for the woman is the symbol of who? The fall from? He fell because Angel Michael in the book of Revelation, the so-called angel you call, which is Michael, the holy messenger of the Creator, was the one that casted down the dragon. He was the one that casted down the dragon. Okay? That is to be found in the book of Revelation. And this is what you have to understand. Revelation 12:9. Okay? It says this. Okay? What it says is that, and the great dragon was cast out, the serpent of old, the devil, Satan, that deceives the whole world, was cast into the earth, and the angels were, his angels, were cast out with him. Okay? That dragon, or Satan, or Lucifer, is Venus. Okay? Or is Aphrodite. And it's that symbol that they use for the Venus planet. It is a symbol of Venus. And that symbol of Venus is the symbol for the woman. The woman. And that same symbol is the symbol of the feminist movement. The feminist movement carries the symbol of Venus, or the symbol of Satan, the devil, the evil one. That is the symbol they use to describe the woman, whereas the man, the symbol is Mars or Ares, which other than the scripture, which is the god of war in the Greek and the Roman mythology. But the symbol that they use to describe the woman every time you want to go dating, when they ask, are you male or female, in many formulas and many dating sites, is the symbol of Venus, Lucifer, Aphrodite, Satan. In other words, Lucifer. In other words, the woman is the devil. The woman is Lucifer. The woman is Satan. This is what they want to call you. This is what they want to call you. They want to call you the devil, the Satan, the Lucifer in the realm of the spirit, because they have the symbols that they use to brand you. A lot of clothing designs, a lot of designs, they are there. But there's another symbol that is also the symbol of Lucifer, Satan, Aphrodite, Venus, that it comes from originally, which is the Egyptian symbol called the Ankh. The Ankh. The Ankh was to be taught to be the symbol of life. That's what they're telling you, but it is a lie. Okay? The Ankh was not a symbol of life. But that's what they will tell you is the symbol of fertility and life. Okay? But it does not mean the symbol of fertility and life, which I'm going to expose in another movie video that I'm going to make. What it is something quite different. Okay? I'm not giving it to you right now. When you go on the Wikipedia, okay, you see that there's a connection to it. One is called, when you scroll it, you see up the Ankh, okay, which we say represents the key of life, this. Crux Ansata, including Glazier and Coptic manuscript of the New Testament from the 4th to 5th century AD. You know who are the Coptics? The Coptics are the Egyptian Christians. You see that symbol, okay, that is supposed to be the Ankh. Going further, there's another one, it's called the Crux Annexar sign, a piece of cloth from the 4th to 5th century AD. You see that symbol, on the left symbol is that saying the Christian cross even. And the reason is this. It says, in note 32, the Satogram has been suggested to be influenced by the Ankh, but the earliest Christian use of the sign date around 200 AD, where before the earliest Christian adopted of the Ankh. The earliest known example of Crux Annexar copy is from the Gospel of Judas from the 3rd or early 4th century AD. The adoption of the sign may have been influenced by the Staurogam, the Ankh, or both. Okay. According to Socrates of Constantinople, when the Christians were dismantling Alexander's great temple, the Serapeum in 391 AD, they knew a cross-like sign inscribed on the stone block, and the pagans who were presented said the sign meant the life to come. An occasion that the sign is Socrates referred to was the Ankh. Christians claimed that the sign was their own, indicating that they could easily regard the Ankh as the Crux Ansata. Okay? The little evidence of the use of Crux Ansata in the western half of the Roman Empire, but the Egyptian Coptic Christian used it in many media, particularly in decoration of textiles. Okay, this is Wikipedia. Another information to prove that the Ankh symbol is the Venus symbol, as you have seen the picture, they look alike, is this. This is called historyforkids.net. It says this. The Ankh was used in many of the religions combined in so many ways that some actually believe it might have grown to be a kind of general symbol to add life and power to another symbol. As trade was continued throughout the land, the Ankh began to appear on coins found in ancient Cyprus. Later, the Ankh was used as a symbol of the planet Venus as well as the goddess Venus, also known as Aphrodite. The island that produced copper would use the copper to create ankhs. Okay? Another website called Religious Fandom. Okay? Where the same thing I just read is also confirmed in religion.fandom.com, Wikipedia Ankh or Wiki Ankh. Okay? Same thing. Same thing they said I just read. Okay? They repeated themselves. There. Now, so, as we have seen now, Lucifer, okay, is light bringer. The Ankh means life bringer, the bringer of life, right? The key of life, the one that makes things come alive. Well, Satan makes things come alive too. There's this satanic life, the satanic lifestyle. In the future, I'm going to prove to you exactly the mystery behind the Ankh and Satan, a deeper mystery. But as for now, I'm just going to talk about that Lucifer, that magical symbol, which equals the female symbol, which equals the feminism logo, which equals the Ankh, the Egyptian symbol of Venus, of Satan. So now this symbol is being used in the world to describe women and many different things in many different areas. Every time you open your eyes, you will see that symbol. Now, why is the question? Have they used the symbol? What is the story behind using the symbol? Why are they using the symbol? Well, the symbol that they use is very important for you to understand this, that they are transforming this symbol as a way to put it on you, to brand it on you. Okay? Now what does the symbol do? The symbol is a sigil. It's a magical symbol. It's not just a symbol used. They use it on the altars when they want to do ritual work. They will inscribe the symbols on candles and different things to connect to the deity Venus, because that symbol is a portal to the spirit called Venus, Lucifer, Aphrodite. It was the portal to that deity, so that the Aphrodite, okay, or the Venus or Lucifer or Satan can manifest. So why is Satan depicted as a female deity, as Venus, Lucifer and stuff like this? The reason is because Satan can transform himself to the female aspect and to the male aspect. That's why they are trying to say that you, the woman, are Satan, Lucifer, the devil himself. So that symbol is a form of portal between the second, it's drawn in the second dimension, okay? It just has width, okay? Alright, the width and sides, okay? Right? Width and breadth, okay? That's all it has. It just has sides, okay? That when you draw on paper, that's second number. But now let's go to the third dimension, and fourth dimension, and fifth dimension. So that's a portal for any entity coming from the fifth, sixth, or seventh dimension, third dimension, because it has many dimensions connected with it as a portal. Okay? That means the way you see now, from going from 2D to 3D, from 2 dimension to 3 dimension, right? From paper to reality, this reality, physical reality, or this physical reality back into a picture form, right? Or a symbolic form. That's exactly the way the symbol does, only that you cannot see the spirit. The more you wear as a tattoo, the more you wear on your body, the more you have anywhere, it's a portal for the spirit to come to this reality. So by saying always you are Venus, you are this, and you're clicking online and stuff like this, you are unintentionally, unconsciously being claimed, without your new knowledge, that you are the Venus, you are the Lucifer, you are the Satan, you are the devil, to say, okay? That's what they do, because by so doing, they are branding you with those symbols, and those symbols, they come alive. Those symbols come alive, and what happens when they come alive, right? They bring the spirit into your body, which are invisible spirit, which you cannot see. Alright? Which invisible spirit which you cannot see. Now the proof of you is this. Can they evoke? That's what we call evocation and invocation. Invocation meaning you can download the spirit into your body that possesses you. Invocation means that the spirit can be evoked physically, okay? Physically, in the physical form, okay? Physically. Now, we're going to use Aphrodite for an example. And remember, there is a lot of stories in the Orient, the Middle East, that Satan transformed himself as a woman to sleep with men. There are stories like that in Oriental stories and in the world, you know, how Satan transformed himself into a woman to sleep with men. Okay? Now, I'm just going to talk about the feminine aspect of Satan, which he appears, okay? And by the way, the reason he can appear in different places or many places at the same time is because he has the power of multi-location. Multi-location means you can appear in different places at the same time. You can appear in 100 or 1,000, whatever places at the same time. And he knows how to acquire and to develop that type of level of power. So an example of evocation is this. In the secret societies that you see, the Freemasons and all of those guys, alright, they call upon Satan to physical. The Rothschild do that, okay? Now in that video I'll show you before, you saw that, okay? So another thing they do in the secret society, there's something that's called Satan as a form of Aphrodite or Venus, okay, or Lucifer, okay? This is what it says in the so-called operation, which I'm going to give you from secret society. It said a coactive operation. Thus, in the initial series of evocation, we see a coactive nature of a certain Greek letter laid bare. The primary verb used in that Greek letter is slight derivation of already familiar to that Greek letter, which reveals itself in the paradigm of linguistic coercion in a Greek letter with spells so and so, okay? Additionally, similar to the threats against Aphrodite in P.7A the Greek letter, he are directly threatens to the Greek letters being evoked, explicitly making clear coercive force implied by the conjugation of operative verb. What he's saying is this. It's an evocation. It's using a coactive, coercive force. That means there's a group of people forcing it with explicitly commands for in the conjuration for the Aphrodite to appear. And I'm going to go more on the PGM-IV.2891 to 2942 magic system that they have there. This is a spell there. It says this is an insect which key labored over for months until managed to achieve a small identical to the fragments we caught at the sanctuary. When the goddess appeared before us, this was a scent which permeated the temple. The smell is released is utterly remarkable, rich and lofty and sensuous and spellbinding, lurid and elevated. The receipt draws and composed of white doves and fat, untreated myrrh, parched wormwood, and many other floral and herbal notes were added to the base until the scent was exact. Okay? I'll repeat again. The receipt draws heavily on PGM IV 2891 to 2942, the love spell of attraction, which includes offering to the star of Aphrodite, composed of white dove, blood, fat, altered myrrh, perch, wormwood, and many other floral call down the divinities to ensure the intercessory spirit transmit your prayers to the ears of the gods. The procedural folklore love call to the mysteries. So you see, you already said. So when the goddess appeared before us, it was a scent which permeated the temple. Permeated the temple, which means it was all over the temple, the smell. Okay, and then the goddess appeared. It's called invocation. So they can evoke it and they can invoke it. Evoke means you bring outside, okay, the spirit to appear to the physical manifestation. So whatever you hear them say, Venus, Lucifer, Aphrodite, and all these things, be ready to know that these are not dead spirit just named because they want to name a planet. No. These are real entities that live in those places that can appear to the physical, and the sigils are symbols. That way you're not supposed to wear all the symbols. The Venus symbol, the feminism symbol, the astrological symbol, okay? Because Venus would be, and if you're born on Friday, they will say you're Venus. Okay? Also another thing. You're born on Friday, they will say you're Venus. So even on your birth chart, they'll connect you to a deity. Right? So those are the symbols that are there, and that Venus symbol is a potter. So when you're born, they're already dealing to you with Friday, because it's already connected. When you want to know your gender, they'll tell you you're Venus as a woman. Then you wonder, okay? Then you wear dressing or clothing or anything. Those Venus symbol as a porter, is a gate. It makes the appear as a sigil magic, they call it, that makes the demonic entity to appear in the spiritual body, which is called invocation. So if they can do invocation, there's also called invocation, which is spirit appearing in the body of the people. And that's the reason why they're trying to use the symbols everywhere for you to affirm by clicking online, by joining a feminism group, and those spirits are using the words and they're entering you and without you knowing. Remember, they come in the speed of light so fast that you can't even get it. And that's the reason why there is false relationships and love and marriage and love failure, and why your heart is not okay, because you're possessed by an entity. There's an entity around you, which is from them, okay? But those entities are there to make sure that your life is not in order, to make sure that you experience a satanic form of love, a satanic form of sexuality, a satanic romanticism. You know, romantic, romance, it's even the word romance side, romanticism. All of it is the satanic form, okay? And that is designed to make you, to be a different person. These are symbols. These are jewelries that they will use it as an ankh jewelry or Venus jewelry. These are all portals. By the time you don't know what's going on with you, you think you know yourself. No, it's so fast that you don't even know what happened to you. You just gradually know that you are bad and stuff like this, and things are not working between you and your husband. Your husband and you will not understand each other, and the women and men do not understand each other. That's the reason. Women and men don't understand each other, because what they're trying to do in the occult world is to turn you to become Satan, Lucifer himself. Satan wants to use you as the Lucifer, as the Satan himself, so that everybody can point finger at the woman, and there will be separation between man and woman, so that he can defeat humanity. So he attacks the woman. Just like he attacked Eve with the lie. The same way, he's still lying today. deceiving the children of Adam and Eve. Okay? So as you see, this is the magic system that they use. Okay? And it has a deep root, which I'm going to uncover. I'm going to uncover more to it. So that is what they're trying to do to make you to be Satan. May all you, if you be ready to fight the good fight of faith. Alright? Welcome to my channel Keasam, Evolution, Anti-Satanic Ascending Movement.